You can also message your students in the messaging center, and you can have groups of students for messages. So if I go to create a group and call it giraffe or whatever I want to do, I can add whichever students I want to be in that group. And I can also add a profile picture if I want. I can add that later by going to the edit button. And if I message them, it will message both of them. It shows up as a separate group chat in their messages on their app. So if I test it there, I'm sending that to all the students in that group, and they'll receive it in that group chat, and they can message, and other students will see their messages there as well. We do have a delete button, so if you find that there's a group and someone's posted something inappropriate or just not correct for that group, I generally delete it and write a message to say what the group is for and what you shouldn't post there if we're getting that kind of thing. That normally only happens in the teething stage of a new group. Within the first few days, I would say, of creating it, you might get some students just posting nonsense and silly things, and you need to kind of police it a bit to develop that group culture so that students get used to what they're supposed to post in there and what's appropriate. I always have a group in my account for a recital room, as I call it, and that is for all my students. So if you look here in this account, I have 5 students, so that's everyone I've added to that group. When you initially set it up, yes, you do have to click on all of your students. So if you have a lot of students like mine, like I do, then you need to go through. But it's worth doing that because I have everyone in that group who's under 18. I don't put my adults in there, so I do need to be able to individually select that. So I use this for students posting videos of their pieces. It's kind of a little way to do performances or show people what they're practicing, and then they can comment on it, boost each other, reply and say how great it is. So that's a great feature to have, but you don't have to have one of those, just an idea. Now if I go to my individual students, I can message any of them. If they have sent me a message, or if there's a new message in one of the groups that I haven't read yet, that will actually show at the top of the list. So it's in alphabetical order, first groups, then students. But if you have a fresh message you haven't seen, then that will jump to the top so that you can easily find the new messages in this section of the website. Now, under my individual students, I want to show you our stickers feature as well. So you can attach things, you can do emojis and type whatever you want, but we also have these handy little stickers which are really fun. So they have some common things that you might want to say to students, a lot of cheering them on, but also just some things that you might say a lot, like wrists up or whatever. So you could quickly send a reminder to your student in the middle of the week if there was something that you were looking at together. Another one of them says to trim your nails. I know we all deal with that very often. And then there's just a lot of fun ones that are just like wonderful and well done and things like that as well. I'm not lying, you're doing great. There's a lot of puns in there because that's my style. If you have particular stickers that you would like to see, like phrases that you would like to see in there, then you can request them and I can add them in for you. So that's the messages section, and that's a little tour. It helps you keep up to date with your students and means that they can message you anytime they have a question.